Welcome to Single Mom Honey, the podcast dedicated to single moms with a focus on health, money, and everything in between.
Hi, I'm Quay. I cover the health.
And I'm Aisha. I cover the money. So, Quay,
Look,
we're going to be talking...
And together, we cover everything.
Oh, okay. You want to add that in there? Episode 19, episode 20, you want to add something different in there? It's like, we're always evolving.
Yeah.
I'm open to it. All right, so Quay, we're talking about something that you and I, unfortunately, know extremely well.
Mm-hmm.
Court, custody, cases, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Crazy. We know crazy all too well.
All too well. Now, I mean,
Court and crazy is synonymous.
Yes, for the single mom. And
yes.
Not on our end, on the opposite end.
Yeah, absolutely.
That usually goes together. So today we're going to talk about how to get court ready and to be confident while preparing for a custody case as a single mom.
Today's episode is serious, but it's very important. We're talking about how to prepare yourself for custody court. Custody court as a single mom can drive you crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. You go in and out all the time. And it's not always you who is going in and out. You got to secure a lawyer. There's just so much you have to do.
Yeah, it's not a black and white situation. It's very much gray when you're dealing with custody court. And
first of all, you said it's gray. It's green.
Green?
And I'm talking green because I'm talking about the money.
You got me with that. I was like, green? What?
Yeah, green.
You are not lying.
It ain't green for you. It's green for them lawyers.
Exactly. Well, let's put this up front. We are not attorneys. We are not lawyers. This episode is for educational and empowerment purposes only. Okay. We always want you to consult a licensed family law attorney in your state. We always want you to consult a licensed family law attorney in your state for legal advice. Yes. Don't try to say Aisha and Quay on Single Mom Honey said, no, the hell we didn't. We will deny.
First of all, I said what I said, and you do what you do, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. All right. So we just want to help you prepare emotionally, financially, mentally, and practically. Because walking into court stressed and unprepared, listen, if you don't plan ahead, you are planning to fail.
Yeah.
And that's not the single mom honey way. Like, you really have to be mentally, spiritually, and emotionally grounded.
Put that spiritually in there, girl. Yes.
It is not just like custodial warfare. It's like spiritual warfare when it comes to court. Mental health warfare, emotional warfare. Whatever that other party knows about you, they are going to try to use it to their advantage. Whatever they have researched on you during the course of the relationship, best believe it's going to come up.
Yeah. They will absolutely try to use that. And I think the reason why is so impactful because they're literally coming for your hearts that live outside of your chest.
Exactly.
That's a different type of conflict. There's a different type of fight because you're dealing with innocent lives who you two created together and should be able to work together to bring them up. But when you're dealing with a high conflict parent or co-parent or other biological parent, that's what I like to call it.
Is it a parallel parent or is it a donor?
No,
what is it?
It's parallel parenting.
Okay.
When you you can't cross, you can't intermingle with that person. It impacts you in a way. And I don't know about you, Quay, but when I know prior to going to court or having court, my mood changes. And I don't even know why until I look at my calendar like, damn, court is in the future. That's why I feel that way.
Your body knows. Like every time, like I can feel like I'm okay mentally, but my body goes into fight mode because every time I've gone to court, and literally I've been going to court for almost a decade now.
Lord Jesus.
No, I'm dead serious. I got court coming up this month. And I can't even tell you the date. And it's actually a good thing because when I know the date, my body starts preparing for it prior to. Meaning that internally, even though I'm calm on the outside, I'm in a state of anxiety and panic on the inside. Because every time I go to court, I'm literally defending reality.
Yeah.
I'm like, am I in the Matrix?
Yeah.
Did I skip timelines? Like, I don't know what's happening. Like, I never know what's going to come out of their father's mouth. I never know because typically right now I'm not going back for custody. I have primary custody over the kids and we share
Same
legal
here.
custody.
I had primary custody as well,
Yeah.
and that was established immediately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
immediately, but there's still legal custody, but typically it's me going back because, I mean, if he put the amount of effort into anything that he put the effort into getting out of child support, I think he would be successful.
I think he would be the next Jeff Bezos. If he did, I think that on both of their ends. So let's go ahead and start with the first segment of our
All right.
show, which is shift your mindset. You are building a case, not a war. Light on the
Ah,
war. Light
light
on
on
the
the war.
war.
Light on the war.
So first things first, court is not about who is the better parent. It is
Mhm.
about what's in the best interest of the child, which is usually with the better parent.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, judges look at stability, consistency, safety, and cooperation. Not who's the most hurt, not who has the best clapback. But best believe there's a whole lot of clapback when it
Yeah.
comes to the court.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been triggered in court, but I know better now. Like sometimes people want to trigger you to the point of physical violence, but I do not condone physical violence. But it has been in the back of my mind. Like a quick throat punch might absolutely set things straight.
I don't let anyone get me there.
Listen,
Anyone get me there. When I tell you, even though he is acted ignorant and 9.9 out of 10 times, he is on a ignorant scale out the roof. Okay.
yes,
And I still don't react. I still give him nothing. Every once in a while I'll do it.
yes. Take a deep breath. Listen, after I will say this, give yourself some grace, right? Because when you first go to court, it is rough.
It's scary because
Because
you never had to deal with this. We're dealing with criminals, okay? That's another
yes,
thing. When
they
you deal
are
with somebody
criminals.
who's used to the court system and used to the system, period, probably grew up in the system or something like that, or have had issue with the system, they are
Yeah.
very comfortable. That is their playing ground.
Listen,
I
and
felt so off balance.
yes, and also when they make you swear under oath, that means nothing to anyone but
You big dummy.
be like, I swear to tell the truth. They is like this. I swear to tell the truth. They got the other
Mhm.
hand up like this.
Yep.
I mean, they're like, it's absolutely crazy. Because
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like, sir, you're not gonna hold him in contempt. Like, this is a bold face lie. I'll just say this: the last child support hearing, I found out that I was a hairstylist.
Really?
I did. I'm a nurse practitioner. I did not even know I had time to do hair on the side. But
Okay,
I found
you trying to get some
this out.
competition, boo? You
Yeah,
trying to take my client?
but according to that guy,
Oh my gosh. Like
I
you
work
said,
millions of jobs.
that
Yes,
means nothing. Swearing
yes.
means nothing
So
at all.
be mentally prepared that some false statements are going to be made, but don't let them shake you.
Exactly. That's why your mindset needs to shift from an emotional reaction to a strategic preparation. Like you have to be on
Absolutely.
top of it when you're dealing with these people.
So one of the most important things is to keep a journal and you write down everything. And that can be tedious at times, but like even if you got an iPhone, go into your notes app and just mark down the time that they pick up the kids or mark down the actual payments. It'll be in the system. Numbers don't lie. I don't know how many times I've come into court and that man has said, "Hey, I paid her child support. I paid it outside of court." And they asked for the receipts.
And
There
has
are no
nothing to
receipts.
show, nothing to prove, but had no problem saying those particular words while under oath.
Exactly. I mean, bold-faced lies. Like, "I gave her this." "Sir, was I there?" And I'm sure that maybe has worked for other people, but, I got proof.
And one thing I would say I have learned from court, because
Mhm.
believe me, I've been in a lot of court over the last 3 years, is when you could take notes on your devices, but when you come
Uh-huh.
to court, print it out.
Exactly.
Because anytime you're in court and you have something on your phone and
Mhm.
you bring your phone as evidence, the other party, the opposing party,
Ask for
can
your phone.
subpoena your phone. So never come to court
Mm-mm.
and read things off of your phone. Email it to yourself and print it out so you can have hard copies of paper and print out 2 copies so they can have a copy and your attorney can have a copy, but never bring
Exactly.
anything evidence on
Really,
the
3
phone. I
copies.
learned that, I was like, "Wait,
Actually,
what?"
3 copies. 1 for your attorney, 1 for them, and then 1 for the court, unless
Yeah,
your attorney is in, so
yeah, because documentation beats drama, and they
absolutely.
love some drama.
And listen, If you never seen these people act before, wait till you see them act a fool in court.
Oscar worthy. Oscar worthy!
I was like, "Oh my god. Is someone buying this?" Like, I'm
You
looking
have to
around
look
the
around and
room
see
like,
what the reactions of other people are like. Anybody else see this? This is really happening?
"Do you see the crazy too?" Yeah.
Yeah, they do, but they see it
Mhm.
all day long. Unfortunately, these people aren't unique in their line of work.
Exactly.
So the next part, as we said, get your documentation together. Let's
Mhm.
talk about paperwork because the courtroom runs on receipts, as Clay
Exactly.
mentioned. You should be gathering these particular documents before going to custody court. First of all, a parenting time log, as Quay said, dates, overnights, and
All of
missed
that.
visits.
So another good thing to have is a Ring camera on your porch.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one too.
I have found that to be a great deterrent for weird and crazy behavior on my front porch.
Had you had to download videos and bring them to court?
I haven't recently, but in the past, yes, it stopped a lot of like for a while I was dealing with him popping up at my house or coming and trying to start fights or just being dramatic, yelling in my front lawn. Soon as I put that
Mm,
camera up there, boom. I don't even go to the door without a camera. You on
mm.
record, sir. But he ain't picked them up in it's been years now. So
You have one on your back too?
I got in the back porch, side yard, on the
Yeah.
back tree by the tree house, all of that.
My house
Yes,
is
I do.
covered with cameras as well.
Yep.
Um, in which I had to hijack my own cameras to get control of them, but that'll be a story for another day. How you ain't living in this house, but you controlling my cameras, turn them on and off.
Yeah, that's
So I have to
crazy.
call you to get a password. Anyways,
That's
communication
crazy.
records is important as
Yes.
well. I know for my particular situation, we have to
Mhm.
communicate through a court appointed app. It's called Our Family Wizard.
We were using, this app called App Close. It's like AppClose.
Okay.
It was there was, like, 2 options. You get a free one or you could get the one that you had to pay for, and I wasn't paying for anything else because I paid for everything else, so
Well, I have to pay 120 something dollars a year for an annual subscription
Mhm,
for Our Family Wizard because it's court appointed. And the reason for it was because of the high conflict between both myself and my children's father.
mhm. That
So
makes sense.
there is no way, there hasn't been any way possible over the last 3 years where we could have texts to one another's phones or
Mhm,
emails because with the Our Family Wizard, for those who may not have gone through custody court or maybe
mhm.
petitioning to have it, the court has access to all of those emails. I mean, all of those messages between the two of you. So if there are situations concerning abusive language or threatening behavior,
Absolutely.
that could be picked up directly from the court. You don't have to print out emails. You don't have to get, downloads from your carrier to be able to send it over to the court. They can themselves go into it. And then also there's a meter that is listed on the messaging app where if the other person sends you a message and it has a derogatory tone, it will be alerted in the app and suggest maybe say this instead. This seems very controversial, or this is very aggressive. It seems a bit passive aggressive. How could we phrase this to a question versus a statement and this, that, another? So that's helpful too when you're dealing with a crazy. Lastly, well, not lastly, next, after communication records, school records.
Absolutely.
School records, whew, the school be on your side when you're an active parent, okay?
Mhm,
They will show the attendance, report cards, the teacher communication, who is showing up to parent teacher conference. I know I've
mhm.
been the only person coming for the last 3 years. Yeah, we're on year three. The last 3 years of parent teacher conference on my own with no one else there. And it doesn't mean that he doesn't have access to these things. He just chooses not to participate in them.
So, I will say in my case, I have had times where he has hijacked parent-teacher conference.
Oh my
It's
God, he came?
he did it, like, online or showed up, and I'm like, "Hey, where's my link for parent-teacher conference?" "Oh, it was already had with his father." Or I said, "What?" "No, he has every legal right to do it, but don't take my conference time. You have to get a separate conference, because you don't even help them with their homework. You don't even I mean, I'd be surprised if he knew what grade everybody was in, for real, for real."
Or age.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So, I even recently, went to the school for bullying, and it's like they emailed me and the father, which is fine. He has every legal right to know, but it's like when we get there, he's asking questions like, "What happened?" Sir, if you were involved, you would know. I don't know. The school will keep records, but you have to really be in contact with the school because I also feel like, when I'm included on emails with their dad, it's kind of triggering for me in the sense that like I have to be on an email with someone who was abusive towards me.
Yeah. I will be triggered because I have to be on an email with somebody who's not active in these children's lives, so you're basically
That
giving
part
us
too.
equal
Yeah, and it's not like
information and power, and it is not. That's not what it is.
I mean, but I guess legally, technically, you do have equal in right,
Technically, I love that
technically,
word.
but yeah, huh, huh, you know, but it leaves a bad taste in my mouth because it's just like I got to go there to defend my child, and then I got to also break through these other layers of the onion that I was trying to avoid. I don't want to have to then explain to him, or
Because
it's
he
little
wants
things.
to be
Yeah, it's just the little things that, hey, we're here to talk about the kid. And it's like, well, I work with kids all the time. But, sir, you don't work with your own. You don't even feed your own kids.
the nerve.
Yeah. I was like, Lord have mercy. But anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Keep
So,
going.
also documentation, medical records, your
Mm-hmm.
pediatrician will be a great resource when it comes to custody court because they will speak about who sets the appointments, who brings the kids to the appointments,
Mm-hmm.
are they currently up on their vaccinations, follow-ups, who covers the insurance, like
Exactly.
that's
Me,
another
I
cool.
do.
Same
Been
here.
doing it.
Ever since they were in utero, I was covering them
Yes.
in my insurance, okay? They
Exactly.
have never not gone without insurance because of moi.
Mm-hmm.
Proof of your involvement in activities, therapy, as well as extracurriculars, and who financially funds those things is another portion of
And they will ask for all of those things. So
they
make sure you
will
have those because
be
that's gonna
prepared.
yes, it's gonna come in handy not only for custody court, but for child support as well.
Yeah.
I mean, child support court is a whole nother ball game, but we're gonna talk about all of that. So go ahead.
Yeah, but the financial records, you brought up, expenses and stuff. That's also another thing that you should have prepared and ready to have for court because that is very, very important when it comes not
Yeah,
just with child support, but also when it comes to divvying up what is handled outside of child support. For
exactly.
yeah.
Custody, where they gotta go, how they're gonna get there.
Yep.
If the other party doesn't even have a vehicle or a place to stay, or they live in God knows where, in a barn, or in the basement at their friend's house. I don't know,
Yeah.
wherever they stay, does that place even have enough you need documentation of your home, that you have
Mhm.
bedrooms and all of these things that are fit for the children to live in. And even
Yeah.
if they're different sexes, like, oh my God, there's just so much you need. Like all of that stuff really matters because you can't have the kids all over the place and then you have to assume the responsibility of picking them up from the other person's house to get them to their extracurriculars: karate, soccer,
Yep.
swimming,
Tutoring.
basketball, track, tutoring,
Yep.
yes, musicals. I mean, you name it, therapy,
Yeah.
appointments. I mean, the list goes on and on and on,
Mhm.
and it multiplies with multiple children. So,
Yeah.
and more importantly, if there have been safety concerns,
Mm.
document those carefully and factually. Dates, times, what happened, no exaggeration. Listen, when it comes to court, be straight to the point. Don't let your feelings get involved. Yes, you're going to be upset if someone put your child in safety, but have those dates and times written down so that you can bring them back up to be properly reflected in the court documents so that the judge or hearing officer has a clear view of what is going on.
You just can't come in there, like you said, with emotions. I feel it doesn't matter what you feel. This date, he was supposed to come pick them up at this time. He did not show up. This date, he was supposed to come get them from school, but I was called and had to leave work early to go get him because he decided he was going to
Exactly.
cancel last minute. This date, you have to just
This
read
date,
it
he
all.
left them with a stranger. This date, he
Yes.
left them and did not provide their asthma medication. This date, he left them in a home and did not provide food. The children called me at this time. I
No
reported to them at
medicine
this
was
time.
administered, even though it was
Yes,
sent. The medicine, it was never returned. It was never refrigerated. Had to
all
be
of that.
all of those things matter. And if you don't have a parenting log yet, start today. Like,
Mhm,
start today. Like, what I did when I was going through court for custody throughout the divorce is I actually got a free template off of Canva, and it was
mhm.
a monthly calendar. and I
Mhm.
put each day when he canceled, didn't show up, came back late, showed up late, and I logged it that way so they could just flip and see. And I outlined the missed visitations in red. So they could see, damn, there's a lot of red this day, this month,
You
never
know
month.
what?
So they could see visual. People need visuals in order to be able to make a determination, not just
We
your
should
words.
have our own log, a honey and tea log.
Girl, sounds good to me. It sounds good to me. So you can
Just
use a
listen.
notebook, a spreadsheet, or the co-parenting app if you're on one, such as the
Mhm.
one that I'm on as well.
Absolutely. And listen, as much as you want to let everyone know in the world that they are an asshole and only shit comes out of them, bullshit, shit, all the shits, right? Do not post it on social media.
Yeah, it's tempting though, but
It
don't
is
give them
tempting, but
anything when it comes to court, you know?
yeah, and also, listen, social media could get you in trouble when it comes to court. It always gets their dad in trouble because he can't help himself but
They
to
can
post
hide.
everything that he does on social media because he likes to brag. So if you got a
Ego.
braggy one, the ego is like his brain is swelling, so he's not thinking straight.
Yeah,
No, posting whatever he buys, whatever he does, and how often he does not have the kids. You can't have the kids if you're always outside.
exactly.
It comes into handy. It comes into handy with child support court as well. When you're making large purchases or fancy purchases and your child support records reflect that you don't make the payments. So
Mhm.
listen, screenshots live forever.
Yes, they do.
So bring them to court. If you
Yeah,
see something,
print it. Bring those
print them out
screenshots,
because still to
print
this
it.
day, the judge asked, "Hey, remember you said you weren't working, but we have screenshots of you working with your boot on your foot.
Bam!
We got screenshots during this whole time of this, and it's undeniable
And
because the
watch the
proof is
mental
there."
gymnastics commence.
Oh my god, yeah, it's crazy.
So now we're gonna go into the financial preparation. All right, this is where we get serious because court costs what? Money.
Yeah. What?
You think them attorneys like, you know what? I got time to volunteer.
I
I'll
see
come
what
in and
you're
help
going
you
through.
out for free.
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah,
not happening. They'd be like, "You're not getting child support?"
I don't care. I need my money, baby girl. Like,
I mean, you will run into some nice ones who may try to help you out a bit.
maybe give you a discount, but I don't mean free
Yeah,
99. It
it
does
ain't
take a
ever
lot of
free 99.
time to deal with these matters, especially because there is so much emotion attached to it.
You were so right, and
So
I
I
couldn't pay
get it.
nobody
Hmm?
enough. I couldn't pay nobody enough to deal with this fool. I could not. Like, I used to feel bad, and I was like, the reason I was paying for the lawyer was for peace of mind, just to take off the edge for me.
Mhm.
Cause every time I was going in there and he was, like, just lying and getting away, and I still had to pay, like, that's enough to have you on Snapped. You ever
Yeah,
seen that show? Yeah, yeah.
yeah. No, I,
And
I
then
totally get it.
and
So,
then he started doing it to her.
and she probably like, look, I can't take that no more. You can't pay me enough
Exactly.
to deal with it. So some of the things you should financially prepare for are first attorney retainers.
Yes.
So attorney retainer is the amount, basically a deposit you have to put down in order for the attorney even to take your case to even go further than a consultation. Okay, they need
Exactly.
a lump sum of money before they put the time and effort into your case. Now that usually covers filing fees that you have to
Mhm.
file with the court because the court's not free. Why would the attorney be? And then as if you're going through mediation, you have to pay for a mediator. That's additional
Mhm.
cost as well. I know for me, thankfully, I had a very understanding job at the time. So they were working with me, but I was salary versus some people who get paid per hour or per
Mhm.
project. You will have to miss work. Court does not commence in evening or weekend hours when you are off of
Exactly.
work. It's during the day. That's their job. So you have to miss yours in order to be there.
Absolutely.
And then childcare costs during court dates, like I've gotten more comfortable with speaking up now as year 3 and being in court with my ex-husband that I need time that is going to be after my children are in school or in daycare versus trying to figure out what I'm going to do if court is before school begins. Childcare
Yeah,
during court dates matters as well for people. And then another thing when it comes to court, you don't even know how long you're going to be there. Your paperwork may say court is supposed to start at 9 a.m., 8 a.m. You may not get in there until 12 p.m. or 1 p.m., depending on the court log
exactly.
for the day.
Exactly. Exactly. So you're
So,
missing a whole day's worth of work, a whole day's worth of pay, and
mhm,
then you got the frustration and the stress of, "Can I get to pick my kids up on time?
yep,
Yeah. Will I be there in time if I drop them off? Is there gonna be traffic? What am I gonna have to
yep,
deal with when I get there?" I mean, it's just so stressful, and
parking,
my god, you gotta pay for parking
yeah,
too,
yeah, you gotta pay
and
for
then God
parking.
forbid you didn't eat and been down there all day.
You can't eat, you can't bring food and drinks in there, so, yeah,
Yeah.
I will say if you do not have the resources available to fund these things on your own,
Yes.
try to work on getting a legal fund with your family and
Mhm.
friends. Try to reach out to them. I know I wouldn't be able to go to court without the help of family and friends helping me financially. Um, for 3 years of court, that all adds up, but you still have to take care of kids too. So you still have to take care of
Listen,
yourself.
and there are cases where you don't have family and friends that
Yeah.
can financially help you. I don't recall getting any financial help for court.
Hmm.
What I did was work more, and then it was almost like when I worked more, it was another excuse for their father to say, "Well, she makes enough money now. Why should I have to help her?" It's like I don't know.
And I'm the one to keep bringing her back to court.
Yeah, yeah, it brings me back to court like clockwork. Like, I
Oh,
know it's coming up.
yeah. So if you know you're going to be going to custody court
Mhm.
soon, put away $25, $50 a paycheck. That does add up. I know sometimes when you're living paycheck to paycheck, $25 and $50 just sound like that's too much. I can't handle that.
Listen,
But it's better to be prepared for it than to have to react to it. So a
absolutely. Be
financial prep check,
proactive.
would you say?
Sorry, go ahead. I said be proactive,
Yeah.
yes.
So we're going to include this financial prep checklist in the show notes so you know what to have. But first, review your monthly budget. That's very important to know what's coming in and also what's going out on a monthly basis for all of your
Mhm.
expenses. Cut unnecessary spending temporarily. Don't want you to feel like you're being punished, but at the same time, we have to be a little bit more mature when it comes to our money when we're dealing with serious situations like this.
Absolutely.
So the streaming apps, the kids just gonna have to do Tubi. My kids on Tubi right now. Okay, my kids on Tubi. They
Tubi
on
free?
Roku. They on all the free stuff.
Okay, okay.
YouTubes, they dealing with
Good
that
for you too.
because I can't do the constant increases of Disney Plus. You think I owe Disney Plus
Absolutely.
money? The way they keep going up on my rate, every 90 days, it's an extra two,
Listen,
three
first of all,
dollars.
not with the cost of gas right now.
Right? Like, no,
You
we
wanna
can't
renew
do
the
no
subscription?
Netflix.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, we're not doing Netflix, we ain't doing Hulu, we ain't doing Disney Plus, we ain't doing Paramount Plus, we ain't doing Peacock. We ain't doing none of them. We doing what's free. And guess what? Tubi been hitting the mark
Listen,
lately.
unless they come up with a single mom honey rate.
Right? Y'all ain't got no single mom, right? Like, nah.
Listen.
So another portion of the financial prep checklist is to avoid large impulse purchases. I
Yes.
know that's hard to do, especially when you're in the beginning or the midst of it. You kind of feel like you have to overcompensate for what the children are quote
Listen.
unquote missing. I know I did it. I was
I call
buying
it I
toys.
call it retail therapy, but
Okay.
listen, it will hurt your pockets
Yeah.
when retail therapy mixes with attorney's fees.
Yeah. Yeah, I have done it in the midst of it because it just makes you feel good for a minute. It's that,
Mhm.
dopamine fix in the midst of drama and stress, a stress storm.
Absolutely,
So,
and that storm can last, especially if you have court a couple times in a month. It's like it's raining and pouring, and you
mm,
never get
but it doesn't last forever. So let's be
right.
positive. Let's throw some honey on that tea. It
It's
doesn't
temporary.
last forever.
Remember, this is
It is
all
temporary.
temporary.
Yes,
You
yes.
will get out of it.
Make sure you know what your credit is. Pull your credit report. You're allowed to get a free one for all three of the
Yes.
bureaus every year. So pull your credit report to see where you are and gather proof of your income. All are going to affect child support,
Mhm.
custody. They also impact your long term financial plans. And you need to understand your numbers because now is a bank of you, a check of
Absolutely.
you. You are the sole everything for you and your household. So you need to understand those numbers. Absolutely. So we'll have all this, the financial prep checklist in the show notes for you as well.
Absolutely. I was going to say one more thing. Know your numbers, but know, and this is not always possible to access the numbers for the other parent. Because a lot of people like to work jobs that are off the books. And there are different forms where you can get information on how to find information to look. I can't even say what I'm saying because I'm over here word vomiting. Anyway, like we said before, come with documentation, proof, pictures, proof of work when you go to these court hearings because sometimes, like I said, people work under the table when they try to avoid child support.
Hmm.
Just make sure whatever proof you can come up with, get it. And
Yeah.
sometimes
Don't
you
think
may
it's
have
ever too small. Believe me,
yes,
because any inkling they got of you, oh, they gonna snowball it, make it big,
yes,
make it bigger, make it bigger.
yeah.
So
And
be prepared.
sometimes you gotta phone a friend.
Yeah.
You gotta phone a friend because I'm not, like, friends with their father on social media, but I have other people who may be, and I can call and be like, "Hey, you see any pictures of different events?" Boom, and they send them to me. So you
Mm,
may need to do that as well. All right, so let's move to segment 4, emotional and mental health. I think we need to add physical health in there, or is that a segment?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. So court is stressful. Stressful is an understatement. And stress impacts your health mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, in all the
Mm,
ways possible. And your nervous system will feel it each time. Like I was saying before, my body knows I have court even before I really start thinking about it. I can say there was court at the end of the month. My body is prepping for it probably the moment that I even speak those words out because after going there so many times and just the uncertainty of what's going to happen, it leaves you in a fight or flight state. So here's what I recommend: therapy. Therapy, therapy, therapy. Therapy is helpful. Now, therapy as a single mom can be expensive. So, along with that budgeting that you were talking about earlier, budget for therapy or see if there is free therapy or access to something or somebody.
mhm.
Journaling will help for emotional release, not just for court evidence. You can do it for both. Sleep protection. Listen, you're going to need sleep. And when you're anxious, it's hard to sleep, especially when it comes to court. When I knew I had court in the morning, I was not sleeping well. And I was dreaming about court. It was like I went to court when I went to bed. And then when I had to wake up,
That's
I went to
torture.
it is. It is. And limit the confrontational conversations. So, in all honesty, if you have those court apps, those are excellent because I do not, and I have not, and I've made this a practice for me. I don't contact their father unless it is about the kids. I don't mix. Is listen, if that person is not taking care of their children and their responsibility, they are not your friend. Y'all don't have anything to talk about unless it's the children. And if it's not related to the children, I cut that conversation.
Exactly.
I don't talk about nothing else. And then, sometimes it's good to practice calm communication. Even if you have to practice in the mirror, practice your court face so that
This is my core faith. Even look, if you need a work will help with a core face, go ahead and watch this on YouTube. Go ahead and watch
yes,
this on YouTube right now. You will see my core face. I'll be in there just like this.
stare straight ahead, no eye contact. They don't even exist. And when you have a lawyer, it's even easier. Now, the lawyer could feel my energy. She was often when she felt me raising up, she just tapped my leg.
Mhm.
Relax, I got this. But ultimately, remember, if you're going in there and you're fighting for the right things, it gets frustrating at time, but God got you.
Yeah.
That's what I had to learn when I went to court.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're fighting your battles. If you're not going in there with evil intent, a lot of times people come in with evil intent and it really doesn't work out for them. All right. What else? Remember that the judge is looking at everything or
Yep.
your court hearing officer. So he observes the demeanor. They see liars
Every day, all day.
all day.
Don't think you gotta prove like, look at him, look at him.
Mm-mm.
You don't even got to do that. I thought I had to do that. And that's why I was so nervous. I
Mm-mm.
thought, well, he fooled me. He could probably fool them. They probably believe him because of the years of mental and emotional abuse. I truly
Yes,
believe that
but
anybody,
sometimes it
girl,
feels like that. Sometimes it still feels like
yeah.
that, but you still gotta stay calm, cause you know that clowns are coming to the clown show to put on a show. And listen, every time I'm like, "What's he gonna do next?" I mean, I don't even know who he's gonna be each time. Sometimes he dresses up as an unhomed man who smells of alcohol. Sometimes he
The
comes in
court
there
smell
oh, yeah. Yeah, because I
Has it
don't
ever
think he
been
think
pointed
anybody else
out
is
by
gonna.
the court that he came smell like alcohol?
You know what? I don't know, but I know that day he did end up, in contempt, not because of me, but he was talking back to the judge. The alcohol don't be lying on people, you know?
Wow.
So a lot of times, people will go in there and their true colors will come out because, when they're pushed up against the wall, if they hate women, it's gonna show, especially if they got a female judge, or if they're just lying, they can't keep up with their lies. Like, "Sir, you just said this. You are on the record." "No, I didn't." "So you're calling the judge a liar now."
Always
Good
some
luck.
drama.
So, yeah, just you remember to stay calm.
Exactly, and that doesn't
You don't
mean
have nothing to
suppress your
hide.
yeah, that doesn't mean suppress your feelings, you know?
No.
That's very important. We're not trying to tell you to suppress your feelings, we're just telling you to regulate them, because
Mhm.
you do not wanna be off the handle or play into the character that they have created for you. So, like, "See,
Exactly.
this is what I'm talking about, that's why I can't be in my kid's life because this" don't give them that. I promise you, you're not going to win at their game.
Yeah.
W
No.
Create your own rules and build your own game.
Now look, we all cry sometimes, but you cried your last
I
tear.
cry, you cry,
No. We
we
ain't crying in court.
cry
You got
together, baby.
listen,
When
listen.
I cry, you cry. I don't even know what song that is. It just popped in my head.
I remember it though.
Yeah, I remember it too. I
Yeah.
cry.
We ain't crying together. So that is not even productive. It's okay to cry, but not for them. That ship has sailed.
Yeah, it's not gonna make a
You know,
difference.
it's not. It's not. And the
Facts
judge
over
don't care about.
feelings.
Exactly. Just try to remain emotionally stable. Be strong for you and for your children when it comes to court.
Yeah.
If you need to cry afterwards, do that, but not don't give them the satisfaction. If you need to like a mental note, remember that you have thug life forever tatted on your chest when you go there
Tatted
and touch
on.
them. Exactly. Cry in therapy, not in the courtroom.
Absolutely. I'm a advocate for that. So let's talk about the courtroom behavior outside of don't be in there crying and shit. It ain't gonna make a difference and shit.
Exactly.
How do you present yourself in court matters. Presentation in court is first. You need to dress professionally. Don't come in there with no damn pajamas. Even if you feel low, even if you feel depressed, just go ahead and take a shower, sis. Go ahead and run the iron over your clothes. Just come in there for that moment because you are representing your motherhood and you're representing your kids, okay, and your
Mhm.
rights. Be early. You don't want to be running around trying to run around like a chicken with your head cut off. Like, no. If you're gonna be early for anything, this is something you need to be early for. And it gives you time to process your feelings, get familiar with the environment, things that's going around, the noises that you're hearing, doors opening and closing, keys jiggling, people
Right.
arguing and having conversation stuff. It gives you time
Right.
to just calm down, to get grounded in the moment as well. Bring organized documents. Don't be like them coming with an empty briefcase with no receipts.
Oh my god. Or stacks of paper
They
on
ain't got no
paper.
rhyme or reason. Just killing trees for no reason. Just come on, you assaulting the nature too? Damn. So be organized. Have a folder, with your documents, it dated, alphabetized, wherever you need, so that when it comes a question of, oh, I have this document. Okay, can we see it? Open up your little what's it called? What's the instrument? Accordion?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, it's
Open up
accordion.
your accordion
I was
folder.
like, we are playing charades right now.
Open your accordion folder and have all that stuff put together.
Uh-huh.
And I do not turn off my phone. I'll turn the ringer off, but I do not turn off my actual phone while I'm at court because I'm usually texting people, letting them know I'm there, asking for
Mhm.
prayers, just to get me grounded and get me protected as well. And just knowing that my behavior in court, I need to be speaking respectfully to everyone and that person,
Yes.
even when I don't want
Yeah.
to.
Try to. But there are things you can say in a respectful way. Like those you ever watch those reels where people are like, how to cuss someone out professional?
And corporate
We
America,
yes. We need to do the episode on how to cuss them out in court
yeah,
professional.
my guys, that's so true.
Listen, with all you can, with all your might, try not
Mhm.
to interrupt in court. Try not to roll your eyes. Roll them on the inside. Just close your eyes for a second. If you feel an eye roll, shut them eyeballs. My face is transparent at all times. Like the look of disgust is probably coming through my pores when I'm in court. But I try really hard. Like, do not whisper comments, but you can talk to your attorney if your
Mhm.
attorney's there.
Yeah, that's
And
you
you
can
can
afford.
Exactly. If you're paying your attorney,
Say your shit.
it's like a shield between you and that other person.
Yeah, and definitely when you are questioned by either the opposing attorney or the judge, just answer the questions directly. Short, clear, crisp, and honest.
Exactly. And remember,
Don't
that
bring
other
in,
attorney,
and then I can't believe,
because they are just waiting to say hearsay.
not
No, that's why
only
you come.
hearsay, but they're also looking to show that you're an emotional mess, that you're hysterical. That still impacts women a position
Yeah,
today. The
that
historic
stereotype.
exactly, of women just being hysterical. This is why I don't trust my children being around her. Look, she can't even get her own thoughts out. She can't be logical. They love to say that. But when
Listen,
they're the most emotional ones in the room, we be like,
exactly.
okay. But that's passion for them about their children.
Fake ass passion. Look, it's fake ass passion is what got you into this goddamn mess. That's what
Exactly.
it is. Lord
But
have mercy.
nobody want to talk about accountability. But you know what you could be accountable for? Go ahead and rate and review our podcast wherever you are listening to us.
Absolutely.
We love fives because we're doing it for the single moms. Also, go ahead and follow us on social media, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube as Single Mom Honey. You can watch our videos, subscribe to them, and rate them or share them with other single moms like yourself. And if there's ever a topic you would like us to discuss, such as this, we're going to come back with a part 2 next week to go further in depth about how you could be confident and ready for custody court. You can send us an email at singlemomhoney@gmail.com.
Thanks for tuning in to Single Mom Honey. You bring the tea.
And we got the honey.
All right. See you next time.